Well, she uses the visual of a wand, but she's not into magic. Lisa Bevere has been a mentor to countless women who call her their godmother. And her wand, well, it represents the concept of one generation extending its blessings to the next.
Lisa Bevere is a best-selling author and speaker who has spent 3 decades empowering women to find their identity and purpose.
That he is afraid of.
She says too often women feel they're on their own as they navigate life, and it's time to change that.
There is something on your life that needs to be connected and extended to somebody else's life.
In her book, Godmother, Lisa challenges women to come together and close the gaps in each other's lives so truth can grow and flourish.
Please welcome back to the 700 Club, Lisa Bevere. Lisa, it's great to have you with us today.
Terry, I wish I could actually just be there. I miss you. You're so amazing.
I wish you could be here too. Your new book is called Godmothers. It's so pretty. What is a godmother? Who is a godmother?
Yeah, so a godmother is somebody ahead of you on the path. It is somebody who is committed to your growth. It's somebody that's saying, hey, I'm going to reach back and I'm going to share with you the lessons that I learned the hard way. You know, I think too often we are under the misconception that the younger women, so I'm an older woman now, that the younger women don't want the input and the relationship with the older women. But I have found that so many young mamas are saying, you know, I'm talking to my peers, but I'm just not working this out. I need someone older and wiser who has gone before me. So we need that person in our lives. And a lot of times it's just this misconception that they don't want to be involved. So we've got the younger women thinking the older women don't have time for them. We have the older women thinking that the younger women don't treasure what's on their lives. And I want to close that gap. I want people to understand that God is the one that says the older women must teach and train the younger women. So we've got this need in our lives to share what we've learned, and they've got this need to hear what we've learned.
So the subtitle of your book is Why You Need One, How to Be One. Well, you've just described the why we need one. Talk a little bit about how we can be a godmother.
Yes. So one of the things I have found is that these goddaughters is what I would call them. They're just hiding in the open. They are everywhere. And I know with social distancing, it's a little bit more difficult right now, but they are the ones that maybe are struggling. Maybe they're down the street. They've got lots of kids. Maybe they're in a situation where they just need somebody to say, you know what? I love what you are doing with your family. I love what you're doing with your kids. I would love to just spend some time with you and pour into you. So it isn't so much that we're going to correct them, but that we're going to walk alongside of them. And so for me, like, you know, Terry, when I was 30 years of age, I found myself pregnant with my 3rd son. I'd been married for 8 years, and I realized I'm messing up. I have no idea what I am doing here. And I find that a lot of the younger women, they actually just need you to say that for you to understand where they're at. And then the scary question that a godmother would ask a goddaughter is, how can I help? You don't say, this is what I think you need to straighten up. How can I help? Yeah. And just do it organically. It doesn't have to be the 13-week study on how to be whatever. It's just walking through life with other people. And I think we're discovering in this season that isolation does not bring out the best in people. It brings out the worst. So we can do this by Zoom. We can do this by phone calls. We can do this by just being intentional on some connections.
You've always had a heart for other women, but God gave you a vision in a hotel room years ago when your own children were young and you were personally struggling that really birthed this whole concept for you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I saw this chain and it was coming down from heaven. And we think of chains as something ugly or something of captivity, but this was like links of a necklace. And I watched it pause, and then I saw an open air space, and then I saw an isolated link. And I heard the Holy Spirit say, there has been a breakdown between one generation of women and the other. And I was fascinated by this gap because I had asked God, I need an older woman to pour into my life. I'm messing up. And he said, Lisa, there's not going to be that woman for you. And he said, but everything that gap represents, the difference between the way things are and the way they should be, everything you wish another woman would have been to you, you begin to be. And Terry, at the time, I thought, that's a joke. I don't know how to be that woman. And he said, yes, you do. Write down what you wish another woman would have been for you. So I sat in that motel room and I said, okay, this is how she'd look at me. This is how she'd speak to me. This is where she would give me direction. This is where she'd give me some course correction. And so I decided I was going to pour out of my brokenness into other women. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's just, I think one generation just needs to say, even if I didn't ever have it, it doesn't mean I'm not willing to be it.
And to give it, exactly. Well, the book is called Godmothers, Why You Need One, How to Be One. It's a wonderful book of encouragement, and it really does give us that plan for how to change what's been going on and fill the gap. Lisa, thank you so much. You've always got so much to share with us. Appreciate your being here.
It was an honor.
Bless you.